What's up YouTube, it's Eric Kelly, aka the Tech Gentleman, bringing you guys another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Samsung Galaxy S21 5G. This is the baby version. Not going to be looking at the big boy today. Before I get going though, I want to remind you guys, make sure you hit me up on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. I'll have links in the description below. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. And if you got any comments, make sure you leave them in the comment section below. I'll make sure to get back to you. But without further ado, let's talk tech. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and get into it. So as you can see, I have the Samsung Galaxy S21, the baby version. I think this is probably going to be the most interesting device of the year, simply because of the price point and the features that you get, combined with Samsung's newly found software prowess. So that's out the gate, kind of like how I feel about where this phone lies. Probably the most polarizing thing about this device right now is the contents of the box. Obviously, I'm not doing an unboxing. As you can see, there's really nothing in the box right now of note. You get a Type-C cable. That's the only thing in the box that you might consider using. I think the whole getting rid of the plugs to save the planet thing is a sham for a couple of reasons. I'll go ahead and touch on that. First off, if you look in the box, it is still filled with stuff that I 100% guarantee you everybody throws straight in the garbage, right? That's the kind of the crap that Apple was feeding you, right? That people get their brand new phone and they take the charger out the box and it ends up in the garbage, which is not true, right? That is false, especially when you look at the idea that every new device that we get usually has some sort of increase or improvement in charging technology, right? So that new charger is designed to take advantage of that new charging technology. So are we just going to be stagnant with charging tech now? Or manufacturers now off the hook for improving that? Or are we going to go all wireless? I think that might be kind of Apple's ploy, that we're going to get rid of ports altogether, but not for everybody else. And as you know, anything Apple does, everyone else follows. So that's how I feel about the whole charger gate, controversy that's going on right now. I think it's a load of crap. If they really were trying to save the planet, they wouldn't give me sheet after sheet of paper and cardboard and all that stuff. They improve on that. Other things that I want to talk about with the S21, just kind of a part of my first impressions, things I've been getting asked about, is the plastic back. So the plastic back on the S21 is the best plastic back you've ever felt on a device. If you hand this to somebody, their first thought won't be like, oh, like this back is plastic or it feels cheap, which I think is really the goal, right? That was originally the goal of glass, right? Because glass had actual issues when we went from plastic to glass. There were kind of compromises and sacrifices you went through. Plastic is really, I think, a superior material for a phone back. You get more durability, you get better signal pass through on a plastic back. I mean, material wise, color wise, they can do a lot more, a lot easier. I think that this plastic, if this was on a higher end phone and they gave me some value somewhere else, I would not be upset, right? So the plastic back is definitely a win. Something else that I get asked about a lot is the size of the phone. So this has a 6.2 inch display, and with me especially having larger hands, I think 6.2 is usable, right? If I had this every day, and I was just doing everyday phone stuff, social media, texting, light email, checking my email, consuming some videos occasionally, I wouldn't be upset. But if you're going to be doing any kind of content production or heavy media consumption, that's what you do, I think that a bigger screen would be better. I will say that with it being 6.2 inches with a flat display, it feels like you get a little bit more display because you aren't losing anything to the curves on the side that you normally would have on other devices. So I think that's a notch in Samsung's hat for going flat with the display this year. That's another plus that you kind of appreciate right out the gate. Something else that you get asked about a lot are the cameras, right? So they got this new camera design that I think is very intentional. They've embraced the fact that you're going to have big camera models on the back, but they've I think this was probably one of the best designed camera bumps that you'll see on the device today. It's very flat. It's shrouded in this metal, so it's very durable. You don't have to worry about your camera housing or camera lens breaking. And I think it looks good, especially with the way that they incorporated it into cases. I don't have any cases now, but several cases you get actually kind of bring this flush, and you're not worried about it being exposed. So if you have a case covering the back and this right here exposed and it's flush, you're not worried. It's a cool design cue. Now, anytime you see that little camera bump, you know they're rocking a new S21. Everything else looks kind of old and dated. So that's how I feel about the camera design. As far as camera performance, I can definitely say, especially coming from other devices in that price point, that's why I have the OnePlus 8T here. A beautiful phone, very well made. Everybody knows that OnePlus is known for their speed, their fluidity. That's what they have bet the house on, and they are winning. Sadly, the cameras do not compete for several reasons. In our Team 100 chat, I post pictures a lot. I have the Samsung Galaxy S20 FE that I'm actually filming this on right now. And for it to be cheaper than the 8T and still just consistency with photos, OnePlus is not there. The capability is there, right? So saying that a phone can't take good pictures at this point, I think that's just a flat out lie. But when I need to double click, pull my phone out, snap a shot, and that's my only opportunity to take a picture, this phone is not a contender, right? It takes too much babying, too much adjusting. There are even times where you tap the focus and the AT doesn't come through. So now around this similar price point, you get this phone right here with Samsung's latest and greatest. You get the 30x zoom, digital zoom if you want. You get all of the Samsung goodness as far as the different modes. You get the speed of the 888. You get the capabilities that come along with it. You get the pro mode. I mean, it's a complete package. And also something I immediately noticed is the stabilization on the video on the S21 across the board is great. If you're shooting with the wide, if you're shooting with the main, the zoom is good. If you're taking photos, doing videos, even the 8K stabilization has improved drastically. It's actually usable now. So this is for $800. It's going to be, I think this is going to probably kill the Plus unless people just really want a bigger screen. The reason why I say that is the trade-offs that you get between this and the Plus now are very similar, right? Neither one has a micro SD card slot. Neither one comes with a charger. Both of them have Full HD Plus displays. Both of them are flat displays. Yeah, so unless you just really want to pay the extra money for the extra screen real estate, which I kind of understand, I kind of get that, but it's $200 difference, right? And when you look at the other devices that you get at this $800 price point, this one's going to be a clear winner, right? A very clear winner at that sub 1,000. To me, even the iPhone, just with the software functionality that you get now, when you look at everything that Samsung is giving you, so you have link to Windows now, where you can actually link this to your PC, get all your text messages on there. If you have a Samsung tablet, you have the call text on other devices feature. You've got the Dolby Atmos for audio. You've got Nearby Share, which is their AirDrop, client, and that's a Android level feature, right? So that it doesn't matter what device you have. It doesn't have to be just Samsung. I think that this is a very compelling package, and they got the plastic right. I think this is probably the biggest holdup, and I feel like they've been conditioning us, right, for the plastic back, for the no micro SD card slot. They tested it out last year, and I guess they kind of heard the complaints, and they literally addressed those complaints, right? So I handed my wife the S21 and the 8T, and had her just kind of tell me which one she thought was, like, what she thought the materials were. And she actually thought that this was like a glass or like a acrylic or something like that, like not plastic, not cheap at all. So I think that's a success. That's the goal that they're going for, and I think they achieved that. But I'll definitely put out more content on the S21. If you got any questions, Leave your comments down below. I'll get back to you. But until further ado, guys, that's it. Peace.